Alright, so today I'm going to be doing kind of a little bit of a try on of new products that I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale. So yeah, let's just get started. The first thing I'm going to do, my skin's already prepped, my skincare is already done. I also already have my eyebrows on. But the first thing I'm going to do is prep my eyes, and I'm going to just use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. I picked up this shade Porcelain, but this one here is the shade Swan. The shade Swan is a little bit too dark, or sorry, the shade Swan's a little bit too light for me, and it's also a little too yellow tone, so I picked up the Porcelain shade to kind of even out or balance out the shades. So I'm gonna use them both. I'm gonna mix them both together today to use under my eyes, but I'm just using the lighter one to prep my eyes for eyeshadow. I like to do my eyeshadow first. I kind of always have done my eyeshadow first. I think it's just a habit. It's personal preference. Some people like to do it afterwards, but I find like to avoid the hassle of like if you do have fallout and stuff like that, it's easier to do your eye makeup first, and then you can kind of fix the, like make corrections as you go, as opposed to having a full base on and then, you know, going in and trying to correct it after it already has fallout on it and stuff like that. So if that makes sense at all. So I picked up the Natasha Denona Mini Lila palette. It's a 5-pan eyeshadow palette. I'm excited to try this. Not really sure what kind of look I'm going to be doing today, but I'm just going to go in. The first shade I'm going to do is this one here, which I think is called Flint. I think. And I am just going to maybe zoom in for my eyes. Alright, so I'm just going to place that in my outer corner, outer crease area. Just kind of making a shape. Just kind of bouncing that around to get like full placement of the eyeshadow, as opposed to going long wispy strokes. And do the same thing on here. I just find you get better pigment placement if you tap it on, as opposed to kind of blending it out, because right now I'm not looking for a diffuse look. I'm just looking to get the pigment placed. Alright, so now I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go into this middle color here, which is called Raisin, and I'm going to place this color over where I just put that Flint color. Kind of darkening up a little bit. I haven't used this palette yet, and I haven't even swatched it or anything, so this is a true first impressions. I find that one side of my eye, like this side, I have quite a big scar, so I find that one side of my eye is always a little bit patchier than the other. When I was 2 years old, I think I was a toddler. My toddler self, my bad toddler self, I got into the bathroom, and I guess we had like a porcelain, it's like a porcelain marble type countertop, and I guess I went full speed, full throttle into it, and it was the perfect height that my eye hit the corner of the countertop, and I got this huge scar. I bled quite a bit, and actually as I've aged, like as I grew up, the scar got bigger and bigger and bigger. I used it like when I was a kid, it was a lot deeper, but it was very petite, but now it's kind of a longer, not as deep scar, but I kind of have to work with it. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. A scar is a scar. I didn't know when I was a toddler that I was going to, you know, be putting makeup on and all that stuff. So that is actually blending out quite nicely. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I really, really like that. what am I gonna do now? Now I'm gonna take another Wet n Wild crease brush, same one, just clean, and I'm gonna go into the shade, I think it's called Berry, right here, this one. And I am going to just go right on the edge where I stopped placing that last color. All right, so that's what we're looking like. That's looking pretty. I don't mind it. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm not sure what brush I want to use for this. I guess I'm gonna go in with a flat shader first. It's this is a MAC 242 brush, and I'm gonna go into this shimmery color right here, which is Linen. And we're gonna try and place it there, see what happens. It's showing up pretty well. I'm gonna take that up into my crease. Oh, here comes my puppy. I call him a puppy, he's 6 years old. What are you doing, Bruce? He's looking at me. I love dogs. They're just, yeah, I can't live without a dog. Anyway, I'm gonna take this shade with my finger just to see if it picks up a little bit more. Because I mean, it did place well with a brush, but I want a little bit more payoff, a little bit more shimmer, so I'm gonna pick it up with my finger. Yeah, that built it up. It built it up a little bit, not like a whole lot, but I'm just gonna go back in with that Wet n Wild brush that I had that berry shade on, and I'm just gonna kind of blend on this line a little bit, so there's not such a harsh line between the shimmer and the purple. I just switched up the brush. I'm going back in with that darker, what was it called? Raisin. I'm just kind of building up the outer corner a little bit. This look kind of looks like the look I did yesterday with the Urban Decay palette, but anyway. So that's what we're looking like so far. I mean, I like how the shadows are, you know, are performing. They're blending out really easily. Do I feel I'm limited by only having 5 shades? Yes, but yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I am gonna have to go in with another color to highlight under my brow bone, and the color I'm gonna go in with is just this. This is MAC Blanc Type. So I'm gonna highlight under my brow bone with that, and I'll come back and do the under eye once I'm done with the rest of my makeup. So I'm gonna go in, this is the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. I have used this already before. Love it, love it, love it. It's super black and it's just easy to use. You can get a really thin line. And I like it because if you get like little skips in your eyeliner, I don't know if you guys would know what I mean, but like when I put on my eyeliner, sometimes I get little skips, and it's just super easy to fill those in. See, like it did a pretty nice solid black line. I'm gonna try to wing this out a bit. Alright, so that's what I got so far. Next I'm going to zoom out and work on the face. Alright, so I am going to go in with the primer that I bought, which is the No Pore Bloom primer. It looks like this. It's from, what's it called? Touch and Soul. And I did use this yesterday. And I'm just going to put that on my face. Yeah, I used it for the first time yesterday, and I didn't notice like a huge difference in my pores, but what I did notice is, and if you have seen my other videos, I wore the NARS Natural Radiant foundation yesterday, and I love that foundation. I love how it looks, but it does not last on my skin at all. Like, it starts rubbing off at probably hour 6. And I did notice for the first time yesterday that it actually lasted all day. So the primer worked in that sense, which is great. So hopefully I continue enjoying this product. It's pretty good. It was a pretty good price for a primer. It was under $30, I know that. And I was torn between the Tatcha Silk Canvas one or this one, and I went with this one because it was so much more affordable. And yeah, so as far as like pore filling and stuff, I don't notice like a huge difference, but yeah, the longevity thing yesterday, for it to make my NARS Natural Radiant last longer, like, hello, love this foundation, love how it looks, hate the lasting power on it, so it might actually make me want to repurchase it. Who knows? Okay, so I have that. I have my beauty sponge is already wet and damp, and I've dried it out a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with, this is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Full Coverage Foundation. I picked this up in the shade R230. I thought it would be a pretty good summer shade, although summer is almost over, don't you know? I drove my boyfriend to work yesterday because we're still moving stuff, and his truck had a bunch of stuff on it, so I drove him to work yesterday morning, and like, it hadn't dawned on me that it was like back to school time, and there were school buses on the road, and I was like, oh my god, summer's over. Summer's over. And it's not like I was completely oblivious to it. Like, I knew it was September, but anyway, it just kind of changed my mood a little bit. I've never ever actually really liked using brushes for applying foundation. I remember when I was younger, I had a couple foundation brushes, and I used them and I did all right, but like, I found that my fingers worked better, so I would apply foundation with my fingers, and I did that for years and years and years and years. And then I remember, oh, probably, I'm gonna say 4 years ago now, 3 or 4 years ago, I'd watched a YouTube video. I kind of went in a phase with YouTube. Like, I didn't watch, when I was in high school, I watched all the YouTube videos on beauty and stuff, and that's how I really got my passion for makeup. That's how I learned how to do makeup. And then, you know, when I went to college and I went out on my own, I started working and stuff, like, I really didn't watch YouTube at all. But then I got in a phase, like, back probably about 4 years ago, where I would watch like the odd YouTube video for whatever reason, like whether I was like going out, you know, looking for makeup to go out and go to the club or do whatever, like whatever kind of look I was looking for inspiration, I guess, I would watch YouTube. And there was this tool called the Beauty Blender, and hot damn, when I saw that, I went to Sephora, and it was my first time in Sephora in years, and I was like, I need me a $25 sponge. And it changed the way that I put makeup on. I haven't bought a beauty blender since. Like, I've used, you know, cheaper versions of the beauty blender, but let me tell you, that changed everything for me as far as like foundation application and whatnot. And yeah, I really like the finish of it. Obviously I'm not done yet, but it has pretty good coverage. Not full coverage, because like you can still see, like, I had a little acne right there and it's still showing through, but skin's looking pretty good. It's a soft matte finish. It's not like the mattest of the matte, but it's pretty matte. Next, I'm going to go in with my concealers. This is the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. I talked about this in the beginning. So I'm going to go in with the porcelain color first, which is the darker shade. As you can see, that is a little bit too dark, but that is okay because I got the Swan, which is going to even it out. This really is a nice concealer. Like, if you have not tried this, you should try it. It is a really nice concealer. My concealer game has been, you know, off lately, and I've been really focused on finding like the perfect concealer for my under eyes, and this just might be the best concealer I've ever used. And I know I've said that in, I think it was my favorites video I said that in, but like this is, like, it really is a nice concealer. Full coverage, doesn't crease. And I mean, I have naturally, I don't want to call them fine lines, but I have natural lines under my eyes. They're kind of like smile lines, because like when I smile, you can see them. So like to find something that doesn't crease is really difficult. And I have to be really careful with my under eyes, because if I go too heavy with powder and stuff, like, it just looks awful. And like, I find like I can do the same concealer routine every day, and every day I get a different result. And I don't know, like, let me know if you guys feel that way as well. I just find like my under eyes are so picky. And this is just the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. I shoot my videos all on my desk where I keep my makeup. So to make room for the tripod, I have to like displace everything, and then I don't know where anything is. All right, so now that my under eyes are set, I'm gonna go in with my cream contour. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Ember, and I just kind of do it like that. This brush is always hiding from me. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Really nice brush for blending out contour or cream products. So sometimes, like, if you go down a little too far, you do a little bit too harsh of a contour, you can go in with this with the beauty sponge that you did the foundation with, and you can just kind of blend out the edges of it. I'm gonna go in with more of that Too Faced powder, and I'm just gonna put that all over my face, down my neck. And I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer, and I have the shade, I think, what's it called? I guess that is the shade Lighting Bronzer. I don't know, it's the light one anyway. I'm gonna go in with my Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighter. The shade that I got was Fair 1, and I picked this up during the VIB sale. Very excited. I'm gonna go in with a NYX, this is a number 6 fan brush, and I'm just gonna pop that on my cheeks, just kind of pat it at first. I don't want to go too overboard with the highlight, but it's okay if you do. Oh, that's pretty. Wow. Some of the reviews I saw online, I figured like this would be like the absolute, you know, craziest shiny highlighter, but I mean, it's nothing overboard. It's not hard to work with, which I do like. Some on my nose. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm gonna go do my mascara, and I'm gonna do that off camera, and I will be right back. I'm gonna go back into the palette here. I'm gonna go into Flint, and I'm just going to bring that under my lower lash line. This is a NYX 17 brush, and I'm going to take that same Flint, and I'm just going to kind of smoke it out a little bit more with this brush. It's got a lot bigger tip on it. I'm going to go into Raisin. I'm just gonna bring that, hug it a little bit closer to that lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with a pencil brush, and I'm gonna take the Natasha Denona highlighter that I have, this one, and I am going to place that on my inner corner of my eyes and bring that down on the lower lash line, just in that corner, the inner corner. So I just smoked it out a little bit more because I had smeared my mascara a little bit and it wasn't cleaning up. So yeah, I like it a little bit more smoky anyway. Spray that down just a little bit because it was looking a little bit powdery. And lastly, for my try on, I'm gonna go in, this is the Lawless liquid lipstick in the shade Cameron. Kind of like a pinky nude. And I am... Alright, so that is the finished makeup look that I did using mostly products that I bought from the Sephora VIB sale. Obviously there's a few products that were drugstore, a few products that I did not purchase, but for the most part they're all pretty new to me. The Natasha Denona palette, I enjoyed it. First time using it. I'm going to continue using it, and we'll see how that goes. I did find that it blended pretty easily, so like that. The foundation from Makeup Forever, I do also enjoy that. I would say it's more of like, it's not quite full coverage. I would say it's a high medium coverage. As far as like longevity and stuff, I did wear it one other day, but I didn't set it, so I don't feel that it lasted as long as it could have, so we'll see how it lasts today. The highlighter from Natasha Denona, loving it, glad I bought that. And what else? The lipstick shade, I do like that, the liquid lipstick. And the concealers, I mean, I knew I liked those, so I'm glad I picked up the darker shade. And the Fenty Fly Liner, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I like this better than the Kat Von D tattoo, color tattoo, what's it called? Like tattoo liner? Trooper, that one. Yeah, so this one really, really nice. I really like how it works. It's kind of like the little engine that could, it just keeps on going and keeps on going, so like that. And yeah, I think that's everything that I tried out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me and watching the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.